Hello loves, it's Lori at Veriditas. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to wash your face. I know it sounds so basic, but I think everybody needs a little refresher now and then. So today I'm actually going to be using the GM Clen cleansing oil from the Sensiderm line, which is for sensitive, irritated, reactive skin, which I clearly have. When you're using a cleansing oil, you want to make sure that you're using dry hands and dry skin. This particular one, I used 3 pumps in clean hands. With any kind of a cleanser, any product really, you want to kind of spread it onto your hands first. It will be easier to spread onto your face. When I start, I'm just going to put it on everywhere and then I'm going to rub it in. So with a cleansing oil, it's really important that you work it into the skin. Now this really goes for any kind of cleanser, but for a cleansing oil especially, because there's no detergents or, foaming agents in a cleansing oil, you need to give it time to work. And frankly, if you're using any kind of good cleanser, it's going to take a little time to work into the skin to break up oils and, any makeup. Now, I don't typically wear makeup, but I do have a little mascara on and I do wear a tinted sunscreen. So it's really important to kind of, work into those areas like the side of your nose where most people, even if you're dry, will often get little tiny clogged pores. If you are tending to acne or you tend to clog pores, give a few extra minutes to work in these areas. And you'll find that ultimately you want to work a cleanser, any kind of cleanser really, into the skin for at least a minute. I've actually gone quite over that already. Time goes fast when you're having fun, right? I'm also really careful to wash in front of my ears. I wash behind my ears as well because, I get irritated there. You'll notice I wash my neck and I do this motion where I kind of come up and go down. That's because you've got all these lymph nodes. They're cervical chain lymph nodes. They go down the side here and they collect underneath your jawline. So when I'm cleansing, I just give that a little stimulation. It's kind of a daily thing. It's helpful for overall health. And I'm going to go right over my eyes. Now, that is not okay to do with every cleanser that you're using. Some, for example, if something has benzoyl peroxide in it, you do not want to go right over your eyes, but you might use something like that as a second cleanse. Now that I've worked in the dry oil, I'm going to just dampen my hands a tiny bit, and you'll see that it sort of turns white. It's like a milky emulsion. And I'm going to massage it again. Now this is just water, but I'm giving it a good work in. And I have already brushed my teeth, brushed and flossed, because I'm weirdly obsessive about stuff like that. But also because when you brush your teeth, you get a little stuff on the side, right? Well, if you're using a traditional toothpaste or many toothpastes, they contain sodium lauryl sulfate, which actually clogs the pores. Now, regardless of whether or not you wipe it off, it has to be washed off. And if you have problems getting like little blackheads right around your lip line, and in this area here, not further down as much, this is more hormones, but right around the lips and on the top too, that's often from toothpaste. So please be sure to brush and floss before you wash your face. Other thing about brushing and flossing is, I'm going to run a little hot water there. The flossing helps to maintain oral health. And believe it or not, in your mouth, there's like a whole colony of things that live there and they have direct access to your bloodstream. So if you have infection or slow healing in your mouth, it's going to contribute to systemic inflammation. So taking good care of your teeth and your overall oral health is really important. So as you can see, with this particular cleansing oil, I can open my eyes. It does not bother me. Now I have a nice warm washcloth, nice and clean. I'm just going to hold it up to my skin for a moment, right over my eyes. Okay, so now I have a nice warm washcloth and I'm just pressing up against my eyes for a moment. And just warm water and a little bit of pressure. My mascara comes right off, as you can see, which is nice for people like me who have very sensitive eyes. So I'm wiping around my eyes, but I'm not pulling really hard. The problem is, as you get older, anytime you wipe on your face, it's going to pull. The goal is not to pull too hard. You really want it maintain the integrity of your skin. Be gentle with your skin, but be thorough. So I've got this nice warm washcloth. I'm gonna rinse a little bit and wipe again. Be sure to remove all the cleanser everywhere, especially if you're using something that's got any kind of an acid in it. There are a lot of cleansers today that include like retinol, like lactic acid, glycolic acid, mandelic acid, benzoyl peroxide, all of these things. You want to make sure that you remove them completely from your skin.